Let's speak about Neo stock, baby. That has been on an absolutely immense run as of late. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we are speaking about the one, the only Neo, the EV stock that is outperforming the rest. What I really want to speak about today, okay, is what I believe to be some extraordinarily clear market manipulation being led by JP Morgan. Now, I want to make it extraordinarily clear. I am bullish on Neo in the long term. I am an investor. I have zero short interest in this company. So the last thing I want to do is put any fear into a market or potentially contribute to a sell-off. I have bullish incentives. It would be in my best interest to come here and say, everybody buy Neo. There's no way it is ever going to go down in value. But I want to make good content and I want to help inform you guys as to what is actually going on in this company as of right now. So again, I have zero short interest, and in fact, I have bullish interest. I have shares, I have common stock that I own. Now we're looking at Neo's stock chart right here, and I mean quite clearly it's been an absolutely incredible few days, but there are a few things I really need to speak about today that are very concerning in the short term. So strap yourselves in, please listen to what I have to say, because if you are an investor, this is going to be something you want to be aware of. So right before we get into the video, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, because an awful lot of research did go into this one, and I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube or on any, financial website speaking about this. If you're new around here, please consider hitting that juicy red subscribe button, showing your support. And once you've watched this video, drop me a comment, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on what is happening as of right now. So before we get into the charts or anything like that, this is what I want to speak about, okay? Neo soars to record after JP Morgan selects it as a long-term winner in China's EV market. Published October 14th, okay? So this is JP Morgan, published October 14th. I have a nice dandy little arrow here. What is this pointing to? This is pointing to October 14th. What happens in the days leading up? A lot of consolidation for about 2 weeks straight. And more so than that, there was this much longer period of consolidation all the way back from the end of August. So a lot of sideways trading was happening in this company. JP Morgan comes out October 14th, and what happens? Well, we essentially shoot up from 21.56 a share all the way up to nearly 26.50 in the span of 4 hours. What has that gone ahead and done? It's created this imbalance. It's created this gap where there was zero price action. I covered this a few videos ago, but over 90% of the time when a gap like this is formed, it gets filled at some stage. So 90% of the time, Neo is going to come back down somewhere between $22 and $23.50 a share. This here happened because of JP Morgan. That is the sole reason. Now, I've been speaking about market manipulation. I've been speaking about big money for a little while, the last week or so in particular on this channel. How, the big banks, the big institutions, play us, take advantage of us small little retail traders, the guys who have 1,000 or so to play with every month. They have tens of millions, realistically hundreds of millions, if not billions, that they are playing around with. As of right now, JP Morgan owns over 6 million shares of Neo, and they have been buying these guys for a long time, more than a year and a half. I cannot find their exact cost basis. I will do some more digging and probably make a follow-up on this sometime soon, but I can imagine these guys were buying Neos in the 3s, 4s, 5s, probably the 2s as well. 6 million shares, guys. That is a lot. Now, that is their common shares that me and you own. We buy our common shares, they sit in our portfolios, boom, that's it. They're disclosed call options, okay? They also have 841,500 shares of call options, and their disclosed put options, they have 2.15 million shares worth of put options. I was trying to explain this in a recent video. Oftentimes, banks and investment firms buy shares to sell shares. Look here, shares were sold off. They were sold off in order to buy cheaper to go up in value, and similarly they're going to have to buy here in order to sell and bring it back down. So understand from the start, JP Morgan has short and long interest, despite the fact they're coming out here, okay, and saying that they think they're a long-term winner. I also think they're a long-term winner. That doesn't necessarily mean I think they're going to be a very short-term winner. And the fact that they have over 2 million options worth of put options shows that they may be thinking the same, despite the fact they're coming out with these crazy price targets. So understand that, guys. This is JP Morgan. They have a lot of influence on the markets, and they have a lot to gain from a company that they were probably buying in the 2, 3, 4s and 5s for the most part to go up in value that quickly. They have a lot to gain. I mean, the fact they have more than 1/3 the amount of put options that they do actual common shares says something. So I don't necessarily believe that, you know, they're lying about what they think about in the long term, but what they want ultimately is to get people to buy so that they can sell out at really expensive prices and then short the market. They're going to make money off of you on the way up and the way down. Guys, one very clear example of where I believe market manipulation happened, okay? Let's remember Roth Capital and Workhorse. They came out with their $30 price target. Workhorse boomed up in value. They came out the next day and said, actually, I changed my mind, it's neutral, and Workhorse sold off. Do you really think that was an accident? No, Roth Capital wanted some easy money. That's the power these banks and institutions have. All you have to do is look at the stock chart. You don't have to be able to read charts. You don't have to be able to do technical analysis. Does this look normal to you? The answer is no to every single person. This is not healthy price action, and it is not going to go like this forever. And again, I want to reinforce the fact I have bullish interest in this company. I own shares and I have no short position. I wish this could keep up forever, but it simply can't. So JP Morgan was one of the first major banks to come out and offer these new big price targets and give all of this juicy information. And now is the perfect time to do that because NEO is doing fantastically well. You should all be aware that their orders are doing amazingly. Their next quarter earnings report, I believe, is November 17th, so it's just less than 2 weeks ago at this stage. And the odds are it's going to be absolutely incredible. This was also announced literally yesterday. NEO to launch 100 kilowatt per hour battery pack and battery as a service plans. Now this is something for another video completely. I don't want to get too off topic, but there is so much, and I mean so much positive news surrounding this company right now that it's going to be easy to push the stock price up higher. If us retail investors see all of these big analysts, all of these banks bullish on it, we're going to be inclined to buy. We need to be very careful, in my opinion, coming up to the 17th of November. Earnings are a very, very, very easy way to manipulate the market. Whether you want the stock to go up or to go down, it's going to be easy for JP Morgan and all of the other analysts to do so. So guys, here's the thing, okay? JP Morgan would have been making buy orders here, way back when, before they upgraded their price targets. So they've already made a whole lot of money, no doubt about it. And what they're probably doing right now is creating more short interest, maybe putting in more put options, all of which are losing money right now. Remember I told you these companies buy in order to sell and they sell in order to buy. They want to make money on the way up and the way down. They don't care about you or me. They make their money from you and me, from the retail investor, from the person who buys high and sells low. So you know, on all of the things they've been buying down here and here, they've made loads and loads of money. But they've been shorting it the whole way up as well. All of those positions are in the red. And do you think they're going to close them in the red? No. That is the reason these gaps get filled, my friends. The banks have the money to move the market. And I know you probably think I have a tinfoil hat on right now, but there are so many examples of this, my friends. Again, just remember that Roth Capital example from Workhorse. So I very so much am uncertain of what I believe will happen next week and the week preceding, but I do think there is some red coming our way and some aggressive red. We've seen so many aggressive green candles. I think we're going to see some blood soon. This is the first price point I am watching very closely. It is around $31 up to maybe $32, and I think the odds of that getting filled at some stage are extremely high. The next one is down here. Remember October 14th when JP Morgan made their announcement, we gapped up. Ultimately, I think they might want to bring the price all the way back down to here, somewhere in the very high 21s all the way up to the mid 23s. And guys, JP Morgan has history of doing such things in the past, as does every other big bank and big investment firm in the entirety of the world. September 30th, 2020. JP Morgan will pay record settlement to resolve spoofing case against 15 traders. Spoofing means market manipulation. This happened less than a month and a half ago. They admitted wrongdoing and agreed to pay more than $920 million to resolve US authorities' claims of market manipulation involving two of the bank's trading desks, the largest sanction ever tied to the illegal practice known as spoofing. JP Morgan have been ordered to pay back more than anybody else in the entirety of history for market manipulation. And 2 weeks later, they're going ahead and doing this. I don't know what's going to happen. Now, this had nothing to do with EV. Look, if you read here, over 8 years, 15 traders at the biggest US bank caused losses of more than $300 million to other participants in precious metals and treasury markets, according to the court filing. And JP Morgan admitted responsibility for the traders' actions. This happens, my friends. Again, it's not some tinfoil hat. This is what moves the market. This is market movers. No, it's not legal. A lot of the time they don't get caught. So I wish I could come on here in good faith and tell you guys to buy Neo. I really do, but I can't right now. And to the people in my Discord, I remember when we hit, I think it was $28 a share. I told the guys in there, I said I would not feel confident buying right now. And a lot of people think I'm crazy, and I know right now I look crazy because we're all the way up in the 40s. But from a longer term perspective, no. Now, of course, if you're a swing trader, if you're a day trader, you just stay on the side of the banks and you're going to make your good money. You can make your money on the way up and the way down as well. That's not what I really like to do. I like to be a long-term investor. This has more implications for us long-term investors than just some volatility. Neo is now worth a lot more market cap-wise. Neo also has a history of share dilution. I would be in no way surprised if Neo takes advantage of this market manipulation to dilute the share pool further to raise more capital. And if you've watched this channel before, you know I'm not necessarily against share dilution when it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary for Neo right now, and I think it could lead to a sharper decline in price. And that's when you're going to see these analysts change their tones. That's when we're going to see them go from buys to neutrals, or from neutrals to sells. That's when you're going to see these guys, JP Morgan even releasing articles bringing it back down to $21, $22 in my personal opinion. Now look, I could have it wrong. Neo could never come back down to this box right here. They could never come back down to $30 a share. And I most certainly hope that is what happens. But I feel like this is something I had to share with you guys because this is just so extremely obvious in my opinion. I'm sure market manipulation is going on in every single stock I speak about, but this is one of the genuinely most obvious examples I have ever seen. Since JP Morgan has come out, a lot of other analysts have as well. Generally, these analyst price targets are 12-month forecasts, okay? So Citi came out and raised their price target from 33.20 to 46.40 on November 4th, okay? As of this moment in time, as of the weekend, Neo is $41.63 a share. That means that Citi upgraded the price target and thinks we're going to go up about 10 to 12.5% over the span of 12 months. What is going to happen over the rest of that period? Do you think we're going to trade sideways for 11.5 months? Or do you think there's going to be a lot of downwards and upwards movement, maybe coming back to these price points of interest, to those 30s and to those low 20s, and potentially, worst case scenario in my opinion, even down to these 9s and 10s? This is why when I see EV stocks going up so quickly, I don't actually get very excited. Yes, Neo has done incredibly, and I love the company and I love everything that they are doing so much, and I think it's kind of unfair that they are being manipulated so harshly, because I'm sure they're going to get a lot of backlash if an inevitable sell-off eventually comes. They're doing everything perfectly, and I hold nothing against Neo whatsoever. I just don't think they deserve to be at this share price right now. So guys, this is why on the channel I always tell you to form your own thoughts and opinions, always do your own research, always perform your own due diligence. Things like this happen every single day. JP Morgan has a history of doing this, as I just showed you, and there's many more examples in the past as well. And the reason I'm making this is because there's so many YouTubers hopping on the Neo bandwagon right now because it's really, really exciting. And I am bullish, and again, I'd love to sit here and contribute to the stock's price going up again. I cannot do so in good faith. So look, I want to make it clear as well, this is actually my best performance stock right now. I'm up 200% and I don't think I deserve to be. I also have not yet sold a single share. I'm still playing with the banks. Again, I don't like selling stocks. I don't like short-term capital gains tax. I also have a $13 something cost basis. I don't know if I believe we'll ever see that price again. So even if I am to sell now, you know, when I get back in 30% cheaper, is it even worth it? I will keep you guys up to date on what I do with Neo because I think it's very important right now. But I did just want to make this video for you guys because I think this is something that needs to be addressed, and hopefully, you know, I can at least open a few of your eyes in regards to the fact that this is happening on a daily basis in the markets. It's not Robinhood investors, it's not me or you. It is the banks, it's the investment firms, it's the big media sources. If you enjoyed this video, and maybe you enjoyed getting a different perspective when everybody in the world is just screaming buy, please do consider subscribing and dropping a like. I would appreciate you, my friends. If you're interested, please hit the first link in the description. You can sign up to become a Patreon member. In there, you'll get access to my buy and sell alerts. You will see me tell you when I don't think things make sense, as I did with Neo after this initial run up, and you'll just get access to loads of different private channels. It really is an awesome community. I mean, honestly guys, look at the chats we got. We got Nick's index. One of our members has created his own index. He's killing it this week. We have stocks from me, bio stocks, UK stocks, food and drink. We even have Bitcoin, politics. We got juicy memes, SPAC stocks, new ticker symbols to watch, value stocks, dividend stocks, all of these individual stock chats. Neo's there, of course, workhorse, lordstown motors. We got all of the chats you could ever need, baby. I mean, while you playing yourself, hit that first juicy link in the description, baby. But anyway, my friends, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for another one very soon. Peace.